Hello, and welcome to your 2021 Winter Agronomy video series. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Caleb Wilson, and I'm your Northeast Wisconsin field agronomist. I'm coming to you from beautiful but chilly Denmark, Wisconsin. Today, I'll be discussing the use of in-season fungicides in soybeans to not only maintain and maximize yield, but more importantly, to maximize plant health by controlling disease issues. So what are a few common diseases we see in season? Well, let's take a look and see. Brown stem rot, white mold, frog eye leaf spot, and Cercospora, just to name a few. What is the number one in our geography though? White mold, Sclerotinia stem rot, by far. So how do we control white mold in soybeans? Well, while there are numerous cultural practices we can utilize, let's focus on utilizing an in-season fungicide application and the benefits we can see from that. So, what do we have available from Corteva? We have Approach and Approach Prima. In research trials conducted, Approach fungicide reduced white mold severity and increased yield by an average of 7.2 bushels per acre. So when do we spray Approach? When do we spray Approach Prima? When do we try to control white mold in soybeans? Well, optimum timing for a proactive treatment for white mold is R1 at 6.8 to 12 ounces per acre with a minimum of 10 gallons per acre carrier. However, my recommendation is 15 to 20 gallons per acre of carrier for optimum coverage of your lower canopy. In fields with a history of white mold, a second application at R3 is recommended to ensure control of white mold. Fungicides have little activity on established disease and need to be applied prior to white mold invasion of senescing flowers. A little bit more about DuPont Approach Prima. Applications made just prior to pathogen invasion have helped reduce disease severity in studies. But because soybeans normally flower for 30 days or more, and fungicides for white mold control have maximum residual activity of about 2 weeks, a second application may become necessary if conducive environmental conditions persist into midsummer. So let's take a look at some yield results, shall we? We can see from this graphic that an R1 and R3 application in Wisconsin yielded 9 bushels more than an R1 application alone. But in Nebraska, where white mold occurrence was much lower, an R3 application was parity with the R1 plus R3 application. This tells me that where there's no white mold, stick with an R3 application and save a little bit of money. Other considerations to note on this graphic are an R1 application alone in Wisconsin was 4 bushels better than an R3 application, showing the importance of getting ahead of white mold before it begins to colonize a plant. Take home from this graphic for me is an R1 and R3 fungicide application where white mold is present will protect valuable bushels in the field. In the absence of white mold though, an R3 application is hands down a best management practice for protecting and maximizing yield potential in the field. With that, I would like to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch this short video. I hope it has been beneficial to you and helped you see where a fungicide can help you preserve yield on the farm. I'm always available for a phone call, visit, or text, so don't hesitate to reach out anytime. May God bless you, and as always, happy growing.